So I'm at this meeting, right? And in Lewiston this morning, lunch actually, it was a lunch. And they're going around the table. So I introduce myself, try to be friendly, try to go along with the spirit of the meeting. And then this woman gets up and says that she's there representing one of the most notorious waste management companies in Western New York. A company that has advocated to double the size of their dump, toxic dump. I'm talking, this is one of the most toxic dumps in the region. And she gets up there and says, isn't it great? And I also have a cooking show. So if you're curious about my cooking show, I'm like, who cares about your cooking show? You like have a dump with anthrax in it in our backyard. What are you talking about? Anyway, I bit my tongue. I'm like, listen, this is a chamber event. There's going to be people I don't agree with. And then I noticed at the end of the table is the old man that runs Niagara Falls redevelopment in Western New York. Now, if you don't know what Niagara Falls redevelopment is, NFR, its name is a bad name. It's a slur at this point because they've had land in the center of the city for decades. They've done nothing with. They own the turtle. When any type of native group tries to grab the turtle, they organize against that. When any type of positive development in the city, they throw a wrench in the gears because their whole thing is to hold as much land as possible and to spike values up and then ditch the land. Oh, what happened to my screen here? That's odd. Certain motions I do activate things on the screen. Anyway, so this guy's at the end of the table, and he's from NFR. And I've met him before. Pleasant enough, I guess. Not terribly impressed. The first time I met him, I wasn't going to say, hey, I think you're a scumbag. I mean, because, it's just inhuman to do that. But here it is. We're meeting him again. And, I am not a fan of his advocacy in general. But he gets up and he says that he is going to build a data center in the center of Niagara Falls. Says it without hesitation, looks right at me, says, we're doing this, as if that's going to silence me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to bite my tongue, but I'm going to make a note that you said this publicly in a public forum, in a restaurant. The next person gets up, some dude, he's like, obviously like just hanging on to the wallet of NFR, trying to cozy up. I'm just telling you guys, as someone who's done this for years, you don't want to cozy up to rich people and think you're going to get a piece. You're not going to get a piece. They're going to give you pennies or crumbs. In the end, you're getting nothing. So this guy's all like, I'm all AI. I'm for AI. He gives some breathless advocacy for the data center. And then I'm like, okay, two dummies in the room. And then the waste management lady. This is not my group. Again, it's a rogues gallery of some of the most unsavory people that I've met or have read about to this point. A lot of these people I've never seen before. And again, there were some good people in the group. They weren't all bad, but it is what it is. I can have my own opinion. So the next guy that gets up, it goes on, and then some woman, I believe from an NGO, gets up and says, I'm actually a huge fan of the data center. And without thinking, I say, I'm not. I'm really not. A data center in Niagara Falls and something to that effect in the center of the city. And then you would have thought that I punched somebody in the face. And so the audience someone shouts out to me, this is a friendly place. We don't need that type of language. If you're allowed to say you're for something, aren't you allowed to say you're against something? So someone starts lecturing me on decorum, and I'm like, I'm not sitting here. So I get up and I look at the guy and I point at him and I say, I'm going to stop you. And I called him a son of a bee. Yeah, I did. All right. So let's go through the facts. Did a woman get up from the waste management and say that she has a cooking show? Yes. Did the representative of NFR in Western New York get up and say they're going to build a data center in downtown Niagara Falls? Yes. Did some other fool get up next to him and say, I also advocate for this? And I looked at this guy later. He's got the worst takes ever. Like the worst takes you could. I mean, I don't want to say his name to give him any credit or any type of notoriety, but he has the worst takes. Like he advocated for the 4-year terms for the county legislature. Just like why? Why would a normal citizen be out there advocating for longer terms for the county legislature? Anyway, did he also say he's Mr. AI? Yes. Did this other woman get up there and say she's excited about the data center? Yes. So what am I supposed to do? Just pretend I'm for it and go along with my lunch? No, so I said, I'm against it. They pushed back and said, be friendly. I said, bull crap. I got up and I said, I'm going to leave. And number 2, dude, I'm going to stop you from building your data center. Yeah, and I called him a son of a bitch. So yeah, I did those things. Guilty as charged. Now, my friend who dragged me to this thing did leave a couple dollars to pay for my meal. And I'm sorry I put her in that position, but I'm not going to sit there and play nice with a bunch of people who want to destroy everything I care about. That's what happened with Niagara Falls for such a long time. All these dumb ideas, all these harebrained ideas. That's why we still have chemical plants all up and down the Niagara River. That's why nobody said anything about the 102nd landfill with 96,000 tons of toxic waste. That's why we're still dealing with toxic waste on Cayuga Island. Did you see that story? So I also want to fight back. They're organizing with certain constituencies that think this is good for Western New York. I'm talking to even people that are Democrats who are kind of being convinced or swayed. Notably, the Republicans are the only ones who voted against the moratorium on data centers, including all of the Niagara County Republicans. But man, I can tell you what, I made some enemies today. And I need some friends. And the friends I need are not to help me, but to let me help fight for you and fight for this region. So come on, let's go. I need you. November's coming. Go to votenatemcmurray.com. Volunteer. I can't do this alone. Thanks.